Hey veggie lovers and people that want to like veggies, but you know, they're a weird thing sometimes. Anywho, it's your girl Kale Culture. I want to share with you my top 5 kitchen appliances. I am going to be giving you a brief tour of my kitchen and the appliances that I cannot live without. When I started being vegan, it was a challenge. You had to do a lot of meal prep, and I'd like to let people know I'm not only vegan, I am very plant-based, which means I eat a majority of plants in my diet. I consider myself to have a very healthy diet, and at this point, I am training to be a fitness competitor. So, more videos for that in the future. But my top 5 appliances in no particular order that I cannot live without, and hopefully you would be willing to try, are starting with my Breville juicer. So there are a lot of health benefits for juicing. In particular, just all of the vitamins and the nutrients in your fruits and veggies. When you send them through the juicer, you get everything basically. I'm gonna share a small clip. I would give this juicer a 10 out of 10. I did a lot of research before I decided this juicer was the one to go for me, and it had to do not only with price, but also just how much juice would come out. And I think with the slow juicers, they actually produce more juice. You can watch a lot of videos and get information, but this produces a decent amount. I do add water to some of my juices, and I also add spirulina and some other things, alkaline water in particular. But I love it. I give it a 10 out of 10. Next, good old faithful. This is a multi-functioning oven. So it acts as a conventional oven, a toaster, a baking oven, an air fryer. Yeah. And let me say something about the air fryers. When I used to have the regular pull-out air fryer, it didn't have the rack. It was very helpful. It got me through. It was the Ninja, and I kept it, and we were die hard together. But once I got this for a gift, there's no going back. It's priceless to be able to spread things across the tray and be able to cook evenly. It's a real winner. And you have 2 racks that you could put in at a time. These are edamame, by the way. I dehydrated them because you know what the other function is? It dehydrates. Sidebar. When I decide to go raw, which is probably once a year, and I go raw for a substantial amount of time, it is hard to find foods that are nourishing and fulfilling, really, unless you eat a ton of fruits that you'll be hungry. So this allows me to dehydrate burgers, not real burgers, but your veggie burgers, and I make different desserts and different fruits, or even some veggies. I'll make kale chips, plantain, and just so many different dishes with the dehydrator. I use the dehydrator on a daily basis, even when I'm not completely raw. This, I can't live without. Oh, and by the way, 10 out of 10. And I'll post that description below, just in case you want to invest in one for yourself. My Vitamix. what else is there to say? It's the best blender in the world. I think there's one that is comparable, but I don't remember the name of it because I have a Vitamix. It was definitely an investment, but an investment to be made, and I needed it. I drink a ton of kale smoothies, and with those kale smoothies, I it puts a lot of wear and tear on a blender. So a regular blender wouldn't work. It has to be a high power blender with an appropriate motor. So if you're going to be doing a lot of smoothies, I suggest getting one that has a high functioning motor. And then also, not only do I do the kale smoothies, I can do soups, I can just do anything. I make dips and dressings and all kinds of things with this blender. It's a wonderful addition to my kitchen, and I couldn't live without it. So 10 out of 10 for the Vitamix. Next, my Instant Pot. I mean, what else do you say? It's a 10 out of 10, clearly. It's an Instant Pot. So, in case you're wondering what an Instant Pot is, it is a high functioning pressure cooker. It can cook soups, broths, meat stews, cakes. I've never done that. Eggs. It can make sautés, rice, multigrains, porridge, steam, any veggies, and just make an array of different things. I use it to make all kinds of things. On a weekly basis, I'll have sweet potatoes, lentils, different beans. I could put it all together and throw it in there. And I've made stews, I've made soups, I've made all kinds of goodies with my pressure cooker, and it cooks so much faster. To try to cook some beans on the stove, which I do sometimes because the flavors are better, I think, when it's stove cooked. But if I'm rushing, it definitely helps to get the job done, get it done right, and I have some good food to show for it. I also use the broth function quite a bit because I cut up my I cut up my vegetables, and in pieces where that can become old or be kind of brown or something like that, or that you're just going to throw away because they're in pieces. I just bag them up and freeze them, and then when I'm ready for some type of a veggie broth, this is your device to do the veggie broth. Last but not least, on my list would definitely have to be my Vitamix food processor. So with the food processor, you just put it on the base of the Vitamix, and it has different blades that can chop or shred or do different things that you would want, or dice with your food, and it's very helpful. So the honorable mention that I would probably never do again is the Blendjet blender. It was convenient initially. It was super helpful. I took it on a cruise and was able to blend up my protein shakes. You could throw little bits of this and that in there, make some dips or make dressing, or even make small smoothies, but it won't take any heavy greens or anything like that, or any heavy fruits. You would have to do something light. And the reason I say that I would not do it again is because it had a very short warranty. When it went out, I called and asked for assistance. Maybe even before it went out, I called and asked for assistance. They kept telling me, hey, the issue is this, and they sent me a new container, and below and behold, the issue still persisted. And I kept on them, and guess what did not get replaced, and I never got to use again. So that was a waste of money, and I do not like wasting money because it just wouldn't blend anymore. I would put the items in there, and of course you have to have items in there for it to sense something to blend, but it just would not even blend. It would be charged and the light would keep blinking, and I'm wondering if other people had this issue. But I mean, on a scale from 1 to 10, I would definitely give it a 5. It did great things and it did what it was supposed to do, but it did it for such a short amount of time. It was of no benefit to me. And again, by the time I really wanted to keep using it, it was not working for me, and the company wasn't very helpful. They kept helping me troubleshoot and never got to the root of the issue, and then it was just, oh, well, your warranty's up, so you're just SOL and out of money. So I did not like that. I would have definitely been very supportive of the company had it been different, worked out differently, but I can't stand behind the product. So if you're going to get a Blendjet blender, definitely get an extended warranty, and then have the expectation that, you know, once that's out, you may be SOL too. So I hope that was helpful to you. If you're looking into getting started on a healthier lifestyle, or vegan lifestyle or non-vegan, just any type of healthy eating, I recommend having good kitchen appliances, because you would have to do food prep. It's a big part of healthy eating. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. All right.